everyone, I wanted to bring you a New Year's Eve tutorial on a look with a couple of different lip options. New Year's Eve is tomorrow, and New Year's Eve makeup has always been something I really liked because I feel like it's the time when you can really play up heavy eyes, kind of bold lips. You can kind of do it all and get away with it because it's all about kind of glam and sparkle and fun. And so if you want to see how to get this look with a couple of different lip options, please keep watching. Okay, so I've already done my eyebrows off camera just because it's, I think, easier to do. They take so long. I'm going to start with the eyes though, because what we're going to put on the eyes today is a little bit more product heavy, and so there'll be fallout. And whenever you have shadows that are going to give you fallout, I always like to start with the eyes first. A trick is to, if you want to start with foundation first, to kind of put a lot of powder under your eyes and let it sit there while you do your eyes, and then you can just brush it off and the fallout sits on top of the powder. It doesn't sink into your foundation. But because we're using a lot of eyeshadows today, I'm going to start with a base on my eyes, and this is the Painterly Paint Pot by MAC. And I'm going to take this all the way across my lids and up to my brow for a couple of reasons. We're going to, like I said, put a lot of shadow on, so we want something for it to stick to. But also, I have some veins in my eyes, and this is going to help kind of hide that. Since we're doing our eyes first, I'm not going to obviously put foundation over the eyes when they're done. So this can help to act as a little bit of foundation to get rid of some of the kind of veins and the blue-greens in my eye. Okay. All right, so what I really want to use today is I want to use this Too Faced Chocolate Bun Bun palette, the new palette from Too Faced, and it does smell like chocolate just like the other ones. And the first color I'm going to start with, because this is going to be a little bit of a more dramatic look, more glittery, poppy kind of look, in terms of a transition color, I'm not worried about starting with something that's a bit darker. So the color I'm going to start with is this one called Mocha, which is this brown right here. And I'm just going to take that on a Sigma E25, which is a blending brush. It's a bit bigger, a bit fluffier. All right. And just run this into the crease. Kind of blend this in. I'm looking down to do this. My mirror's over here, but I'm actually using the mirror in the palette and looking down. And the reason for that is because I have a hooded eye, which means that it kind of, when you open your eyes, you don't necessarily see the crease because it's hidden. So I like to, when I do something, especially with a darker eye, I like for my crease color to kind of be a little bit above my natural crease, because that way when I have my eyes open, so if you look from one eye to the other, you can see the color in this eye and not this eye. But if I were to just put it in the crease, you wouldn't see it. And the reason I look down is because if I'm sitting here doing it, I have a tendency, if I look straight ahead and I'm trying to do it above my crease, I have a tendency to go way up. And I don't want this to go way up to my brow. I just want it to be just slightly over my crease. So looking down helps me to know where my crease is, and just you naturally kind of bring it up and over when you look down. Okay, and just windshield wiper motions this into the crease and right, like I said, above it. And I'm just going to kind of blend out the end here in circular motions because I do want it to be a bit rounded at the end. And the next color I'm going to take, I'm going to go in with a smaller brush, and this is the Buff and Blend E39 from Sigma. I'm going to come in with the color Bordeaux, which is this red in the center here. Okay. Right, and I'm taking it on this brush, which is a bit smaller, and just going to place it into the crease. I'm taking it all the way across, and I'm actually even taking it into the inner corner to kind of create a bit of a halo. Not too much of a halo effect, just a bit. Okay, and I'm making sure it's also in the outer V. But I'm going to come back to my Sigma E25, and I'm going to come back in the color Mocha and just blend this red out a bit. Just because I don't want this to, I want it to be dramatic, I don't want it to be harsh. Then I'm going to take on this very small Makeup Geek Outer V brush. You can see it's at a bit of a point here to it, okay? And it is very small and very dense. I'm going to take the color Black Currant, which is this beautiful sparkly purple that I've already actually put my nail in. That wasn't good. And I'm going to just come in with this brush and just right on my outer V, right on the outer corner, I'm gonna place this. And I'm just making it into a V. Okay, and one more time I'm gonna take my E25 with some mocha on it and just blend this out. I am going to use a base. So I'm going to put this color Chameleon by Charlotte Tilbury in Amethyst Aphrodisiac, because the color I'm going to use over it is going to be this molasses chip color right here. And I want kind of a little bit of the purple to show through just a hair. I want to give it that rosy look. This stuff is super creamy and goes on really nicely. And you don't really need too much of it. I'm staying right on the lid. I'm not going into the crease at all. Right on the lid. And then I'm just going to take my finger and blend. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a flat shader brush. And this one is a MAC 252. And I'm actually going to, before I go into the shadow, I'm going to use MAC 6 Plus and just spray lightly on both sides. The reason I'm doing this is it's going to pick up the shadow and make it a bit of a creamier shadow, and it's going to help last, and it's going to help it stick to the base we just gave it on a wet brush. Okay, and now what I want to do is I'm going to take my E25, again my blending, go back into the mocha, and soften up especially the inner part here. I'm going to take my small outer V brush again and go back into the black currant color, which is the deep purple, and just come back to my outer V and work on building that color up again. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do my liner. I'm going to do a wing. Okay, there we go, that's better. I'm going to curl my lashes and put on just a quick coat of mascara. I am not going to put my falsies on yet because I have a tendency to always get foundation all over myself. What I'm going to use is I'm going to use the Hangover RX by Too Faced, and I'm going to just put this all over. Okay, and then I'm going to come in and use a little bit of the Porefessional by Benefit, because right in here I do have large pores and I don't want large pores. So pores be gone. For foundation, I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD. I'm using this in particular. I like this foundation. I don't love this foundation, but I'm choosing this one right now because it's New Year's Eve, and you know, you take a lot of pictures, and you want something that's going to not, you know, when you do take pictures, it's not going to make you look like a ghost. And so any kind of foundation with sunscreen in it is going to make you look like a ghost. So this one doesn't have any of that in it, so I'm just going to use this. Use a damp beauty blender to apply. I'm just popping it on like this. I'm going to take the Naked Skin by Urban Decay in the color Light Neutral and just run this like a triangle under my eyes, down my nose, right up in here like this. Okay, so I'm going to come through and I'm going to press in with the Beauty Blender again. For powder, for my under eyes and actually my whole face, I'm going to take Laura Mercier Translucent, and I'm going to use my Beauty Blender to do this. Okay, get some out here, and I'm going to take it, it's still damp, I'm going to take a bunch of my Beauty Blender and I'm going to bake underneath my eyes. And I'm doing that so it will not crease. And baking means you're just taking product, in this case powder, and letting it sit. And I'm going to let it sit while I kind of do the rest of my face because it's going to... And just the rest of my face I'm going to powder. I'm going to use Shade and Light by Kat Von D. I'm actually going to contour with these two shades today. So I'm just going to pick them up on this brush, tap off my excess. And I'm going to start back in the corner here and blend. And I take it down to about my eye, the outer edge of my eye. Okay. And I want to come up and do the same kind of up top of my temple area and up into my hairline. Okay. I'm going to take the lightest shade and go underneath. kind of carve out where my chin is, you know, to create one chin. Okay. Then I'm going to come through and contour my nose. To do that, I'm going to use just this Diva Beauty SO7 Pro Blender. I'm going to use the lightest shade. Okay, take my translucent powder one more time, and I'm going to take my beauty blender again. Okay, pick up some powder and kind of carve out a line underneath here and let this set, and that's going to just help the line that I made. Take this big MAC 135 brush, and I'm going to use the Hourglass Ambient, nope, just kidding, Radiant Bronze Light, I confused the two, is this guy here, and I'm going to just warm up that contour and bronze the skin. And I put the powder on, and I do not want to go below. I don't want to go below the line I created. So I just want to kind of come in here and really kind of just bronze up my skin. I'm going to use this Morphe M405 brush, and I'm going to use two MAC blushes, combining two MAC blushes. I'm going to use, I think Melba and Margin. Start up on the cheek and come up, go back. For highlighter, I'm going to use, I was debating which one I wanted to use. I think I'm just going to go with Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop by Becca. And run that right above my blush. I'm also going to pop a little bit on my nose. I'm gonna pop a little bit in the bridge. I'm gonna pop a little bit right here. Okay. Going back to my eyes, I'm gonna finish them up, and I'm going to take this ColorPop cream liner in the color Overboard, and I'm gonna line the inside waterline of my eye with it. I just think it's a really pretty color, and on the inside of the eye, I think it just kind of looks just a really pretty look. Okay, and then we're going to smoke out underneath our eyes. To do so, I'm coming back to my palette. I'm going to use two brushes to do this. I'm going to use a Morphe M408 brush, and I'm going to use the Makeup Geek pencil brush. The first one I'm going to use is the pencil, and I'm going to pick up the Black Currant purple color, which is the deep purple. Run this guy right underneath here. And to smoke it out, I'm going to use the Bordeaux with the Morphe brush. And just take my NARS Via Veneto Longer Than Life and go up on the inside here. It's always just such a creepy thing to do. And then I'm going to put on some falsies. I'm using Lilly Lashes in NYC today. And we're going to add some mascara to our bottom lashes. And then onto the lips, and then we are done. For lips, I've got two color options. The first is like a rosier, a little bit more dramatic. The second is a more nudie pink. The first one, I'm going to use the pencil in Plum from MAC. Okay. For lipstick, I'm going to use Bobbi Brown in Party Rose. And then I'm going to put a bit of gloss on it. You could leave it like this, but I'm going to pop a little bit of Gerard Cosmetics Plum Crazy. This light always throws me off. Just in the center. Here we go. Here's one finished New Year's, like, kind of old school glam look. I'm going to show you another option. Okay, the second option is a much more kind of nude, pinky look. And it's actually the look I wore for my wedding, so I kind of just love this look. I'm obsessed with it. I wear it probably all the time. And this is MAC Lip Pencil in Whirl. And then I'm going to use MAC Viva Glam 6, yeah, which is this rosy pink. And over top, I'm going to use the lip gloss Snob. Kind of a more, I guess not nudie pink, but a more rosy pink. But this is the finished look, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.